96.1 ODC, Central New York's greatest. It's Elvin Bishop Group there, fooled around and fell in love. Well, yeah, that's kind of what happens. I'm Keith James. It's almost 7:15. Sunny conditions, and 73 going to be a wicked hot one today, up to 91 here in the Mohawk Valley. But that's not what I want to talk about right this second. We've had speed painters, mentalists, magicians, all auditioned for America's Got Talent, and we've had them all on the show. And every single one of them couldn't talk about the status of their audition or anything like that. They couldn't tell us even that they were on the shows. We had to keep watching and watching and watching and watching. Well, tonight's the last night of auditions for America's Got Talent, and my guest today can confirm that he not only auditioned, but he's going to be on the show this evening. So his name, oh, by the way, he's a musician. So you haven't had one of those from AGT yet. So he's a musician. His name is Jonah Smith. How you doing today, Jonah?
I'm doing great. Nice to talk to you.
You bet, man. So you're from Syracuse originally?
I am, yeah. Born and raised.
And now you're over all the way across the nation in L.A. What brought you there?
I married a California girl.
That'll do it. Yeah, you usually move where the girl is, right?
I lived in Brooklyn, New York with her for 12 years. So most of my family is on the East Coast and all of our friends. And so we got married there, and then we moved here about a year later.
So what brought you to the city? Was it music?
Yeah, absolutely. I moved to New York in 2000 to start a band with my bass player that I met in college. We've been playing together for 20 years now. And we moved there together, and we started making records in 2001. And we've been going ever since. Next thing you know, I get a call from America's Got Talent. They saw some of my videos on YouTube, and they wanted me to come audition.
Wow, so they contacted you. That's going to feel great instead of having to just, shoot on down there on your own and hoping things are going to work okay.
I know. I probably would have never even thought to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't even going to go and audition, to be honest with you, but my wife talked me into it. They called me up and they offered me a private audition, and it was 10 minutes from my house.
You can't turn that down.
And I almost did. I was just like, wow, come on, there's going to be 1 million people down there. It's going to be a zoo.
Yeah.
If you believe in yourself and what you're doing, go down there and throw it out there and see what they say. I had pretty low expectations. I went down there with, absolutely no nerves because I didn't expect anything.
Right. Well, how old are you, Jonah?
I just turned 39. I'm a little bit of a different character on the show. Some of the other youngsters that are really bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'm ready to be on the classic rock station, practically.
There you go. Well, when you get to be 39, you said you are, right, Jonah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking for the whole fame thing and all that stuff. We got a life already, so This is like adding some seasoning, I guess, to what you've already got built down there.
Exactly. I'm a working musician and have been for 20 years, so...
Oh, yeah.
I've got some gigs under my belt.
I'll say. One of which is the Apollo Theater. We're going to get back to talking to Jonah Smith here in just a couple minutes. Got to take a quick commercial break. Be back with Guess Who, Journey, and then Jonah Smith. More from him next on 96.1. Don't go anywhere. 96.1 ODC, Central New York's greatest hits. Journey there with Faithfully. Nearly 7:30. Clouds and 73. Well, a little bit of sunshine, too, as a matter of fact. And a piano player in his own right, singer-songwriter from Syracuse, Jonah Smith, somehow went through Vermont and then New York City and found his way all the way over to L.A. on the West Coast. And then on to America's Got Talent on TV tonight. But we'll get back to the show. But, Jonah, let's go back to your roots. And how'd you get started in music, man?
I grew up listening to classic rock, and I grew up listening to classic soul. And, I had a big brother that turned me on to a lot of music and started playing piano at a really early age. And I was writing songs by the time I was 12 and playing music in clubs and stuff by the end of high school. Just always knew that that's what I was going to be doing.
So what does your music sound like? How would you characterize your tunes?
I sort of pull from a couple different worlds. I grew up really loving soul music, and I think that my vocal style sort of comes from that world. Sam Cooke and Stevie Wonder and Al Green.
Oh, wow.
I was also really fond of the songwriters, so Bob Dylan and Paul Simon and John Prine, the Texas Troubadours like Townes Van Zandt, and all these guys were a heavy influence on me and in my writing, and I tried to tell a story, some sort of a folk soul kind of guy.
I like the sound of it already. I'm definitely going to be checking it out on the show. It's going to be tonight, America's Got Talent?
Yeah, it's tonight, 8 p.m., and you'll hear an original.
Oh, wow.
It's called Skyscraper Blues, and I'll be on stage there playing it with my band.
They let your band up there?
Yeah, it just worked out really, really well for me. The show has been very gracious. Even though the very first audition that I did solo by myself in L.A., when it came time to audition for the judges, they offered for me to be able to bring my band, which raised my comfort level considerably, because that's what I'm used to when I go perform. So, yeah, we're a contestant as a band. Jonah Smith Band is the contestant on America's Got Talent. It's been my baby, forever, and even though I've been playing with some of the same cats for a really long time.
Well, regardless of how tonight goes, we're definitely pulling for you, but how do we find your music, man?
You could definitely find a lot of music on my website, jonahsmith.com. There's a link there. Sign up for my newsletter, and I'm going to be sending out exclusive content to people that sign up for the newsletter in the coming months. So I would definitely recommend people do that, or if they want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Jonah Smith, or on Instagram, I'm at Jonah Smith Official. I'm also Facebook/Jonah Smith Official. I definitely need Central New York area to come out and support. I need the hometown for sure, and I'm hoping that people watch the show and like what I do.
No joke, and that's why you're on today, man. We want to try and get the word out, just in case some people live under a rock, possibly. So
I hear you.
Cool.
Sometimes it's hard to watch TV in the summertime when it's so nice outside, but
you're telling me, man. Well, we're pulling for you, and can we have you back on the show after your audition airs, no matter what the outcome?
Yeah, I would love to do it.
We want to keep track of you.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much, Keith.
All right, you bet. Jonah Smith on America's Got Talent this evening, 8 p.m. Don't miss him. Hometown boy trying to see what he can do. Just, he's not looking for fame or nothing like that, but he's looking to try and, just ride the train and see where it ends up. So check him out online at jonahsmith.com and, of course, on 961wdz.com, our website. We're going to throw this interview up there and some YouTube videos so you can check out what he sounds like. I've been watching YouTube videos since yesterday of this guy, and he really, really embodies the whole soul thing. Sounds like Bob Dylan a little bit in some tracks, but he's got some great keyboard skills, wicked soulful voice, and his band isn't that bad either. So check him out on jonahsmith.com and, of course, on NBC's America's Got Talent this evening. It's 7:33, got weather, and Manfred Mann next on 96.1.